Hi everyone, this is Tammy, owner of Worthyworthitpriceless, and today's podcast is titled, Where I Didn't Want to Go Was Where I Was Supposed to Be. Right now I am actually in the process of trying to find a preschool for Yavea, my 2-year-old. And in the process, we've actually, me and her basically, we have looked at 3 other preschools. It didn't seem like to be like a good fit for her. So the district actually basically recommended 2 other ones. Now I am located in Niagara Falls, New York. So the preschools that they just suggested was in Lockport, which isn't probably about 15-20 minutes away, if that. And then the other one is in Buffalo. Buffalo is probably like 20 to 30 minutes, depending on how you get there. And so for the most part, I'm looking at all factors of going to the school. So Buffalo is not that as far, but I kind of wanted something that, if God forbid, if something happened, it wouldn't be that far of a drive. I'm not really too comfortable with driving on highways and stuff like that. So that was basically my reasoning for not really going towards the Buffalo school, and I was kind of dreading it. By the grace of God, I was able to find like a great route to go to get to this school. So it actually, my little anxiety of going to the Buffalo school actually was somewhat put to rest when I found like a safer or a faster route to go without really going on the highway. So with that being said, yesterday, which would have been August 13th, depending on when you're listening to it. So I just wanted to give you a little headway of, what the dates actually are. So yesterday, which was August 13th, I had an appointment to go to both schools. I was supposed to be in Buffalo at 9 o'clock, and I was going to go to Lockport at 11. So it would have been a serious drive. Well, early in the morning, what happened was Yavea decides to throw a temper tantrum. And I'm like, oh my God. I was somewhat running late anyway. So I'm still thinking that, hey, I could still make the route to Buffalo. But, like I said, Yavea had a whole fit. And I'm calling the lady. I'm like, well, you know what? I'm going to be late. I'm not going to be able to make it. So I'm going to have to, basically I knew Friday would have been the last day to actually see the school and get it accepted. I was trying not to, basically make my appointment be on Friday. But with her having the fit that she had yesterday morning, I had to cancel the appointment. So I ended up going to my mom's house, stayed there for a second, and we ended up going to Lockport together. Well, on the way to Lockport, I gets lost. I do the GPS. The GPS took us basically behind the school, and they were like, on the GPS, like, oh, your destination is here, like you're here. And we're looking around. I'm like, there's nothing here. And lo and behold, we already passed the school. GPS made us turn the corner from where we were at. And basically, we were behind the school. There was no entrance behind the school. And I know that you could probably hear like my anger because it just makes me mad all over again. But yeah, the GPS, it basically took us behind the school, and we got lost in trying to find it. And we called the school, and they were like, oh, what? We don't know where you are. And I'm like, oh my God. Like, you know what I mean? So everything was just that could go wrong, went wrong. By the grace of God, eventually we actually found the school. So we got into the school and everything. And at first it seemed like, they were going to accept her and everything was fine. But I don't know, something may have shifted. Like they started seeing how Vea was interacting. But it was actually the whole point I believe because they were asking, well, they didn't have a fence for the playground in the back of the school. And they were like, well, if we take her on recess or whatever, do you think that she would, if somebody's not holding her hand, do you think she'll wander off into the street? And I said, yeah. Like, she's 2 years old. Like, you have to watch her. I don't understand. And why don't you not have a fence? Like, I don't understand, like, what's going on. But anyway, so long story short, she was like, well, we'll see on Thursday if this is a good fit or whatever. So I was like, all right, whatever. But what ended up happening, I was like, you know what, let me just call the school, the Buffalo school. And that was the school that we were supposed to go to in the morning. And the school that is not that didn't really want to go. It was just the drive. I just didn't feel like taking the drive. And that's just on me being lazy or whatever. So, and like I said, we already looked at least 3 other schools. So I'm right now, or by that time, I was just somewhat defeated. And I really didn't want to, go all the way out to a school and just be denied. So that was something too. So anyway, I called the school and I told the lady my situation, and I told her what happened at the other school. And she was like, oh no, our playground is fenced in. And even when, just say they take the kids out for a walk around the block, when they take the kids out for the walk, they make sure that all the kids have someone holding their hand. If somebody's not holding their hand, they don't go out for walks. And she was saying, their school would never deny a student and stuff like that. So I was like, thank God. So basically the place that I didn't want to go to, or the drive I didn't want to take, was actually the school that Yavea is going to. That's the school I'm basically choosing and everything. But it's so funny because I didn't want to go to the school. And it wasn't because it was anything wrong with the school. It was just me. I just didn't feel like taking the drive. So I say that to give you encouragement, even in your life, that it may just be that one thing that you don't want to do, that you know that you have to do, that could be the thing that you actually need to do in your life. So look at, maybe there's a passion of yours, that book you don't want to write or anything, but you may be walking away from your destiny. It was the whole point that I was sitting up there thinking about the school in Lockport. It's like, man, hopefully this school is the one, because I really didn't want to basically look any further. Like I said, I was somewhat defeated, and I was tired of all this driving around and all this other stuff, but I knew that I had to pick the right school for Yavea. Regardless whether how I felt about it, I knew I had to pick the right school. And that's the thing I wanted to tell you. At the end of the day, you're going to have to do what's best for you. You have to do what's best for your family. And it may be uncomfortable for a second, but you think about it. The drive to Buffalo will be like 20, 30 minutes out of my time. But you think about it, Yavea will be going to that school for God knows how long. And so at the end of the day, a little bit of uncomfortability or discomfort will take you a long way, because basically, hopefully, Yavea will love that school. And like, man, you know what I mean? The 20, 30 minutes, I probably won't even remember even, doing all of that or being inconvenienced. Not even that it'll be an inconvenience, but you know what I mean? And it'll be somewhere that she actually needs to go, and somewhere that will give her the skills and the knowledge that she needs. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of encouragement to something that you may not want to do, a route that you may not want to take, but it may just be the exact thing that you need in your life to succeed. So until next time, have a worthy, worth it, and priceless life, and I will talk with you later. Bye.